Good evening, beautiful, blessed beings of love and light. Natasha Monique here, founder of the Awakening Sacred Alchemy program, coaching client Michelle Lee, and welcome to your February. I'm still saying February. Like I can't let go. Let go, Natasha. March 5th, 2019 evening guidance. And what are we talking about today? Exactly what's going on. Hey, Amanda, Mercury retrograde. Everyone goes crazy when they hear Mercury's going into retrograde. It's Mercury retrograde. Cool out, y'all. Cool out. Calm down. Calm down. I got you. This is what I'm here for, to have your back, to let you know that this time is not as daunting and chaotic as you're putting it to be. Like you're adding stuff on yourself. We can really, hey Danielle, very easily flow with the energies of Mercury retrograde. So let me break that down to you and give you some tips on how to flow with this energy and maximize this Mercury retrograde so that you will not fear another Mercury retrograde. We're going to go with it. So first, Mercury is a ruler of communication and technology. That's communication that is messenger type of communication. That's our speech, our verbal, our handwritten communications, emails, text messages, phone calls, all of that. That he's the messenger. Mercury is the messenger of those types of things associated with the power of words as a spellcaster. I say this so much that our words are spells. That's where we get spelling from. You know, words are spells. That's what they are. So watch your words during Mercury retrograde. Sometimes you have to take a pause and think about what you're going to say before you say it, because our words are so much more powerful during this time, and they sometimes get jumbled up in our heads. So what we actually mean, we're not really saying. All right, so just keep that in mind. Like formulate your thoughts properly first, and maybe jot them down before you go ahead and say them. And don't speak things out of anger. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go back. Your thought processes. These are more things that Mercury is in control of, that Mercury rules over. Your thought processes. That's having your thoughts being clear. This is how I was going ahead. I'm going to calm down. All right. Both conscious and unconscious thoughts. All right. So be cognizant of what's going on in there. Like Mercury retrograde is a great time to test yourself being the master of your mind. All right. And you really being in control of the thoughts you're having. And then, is this a thought that I should come out my mouth or write down? Or is this a thought that maybe I should keep to myself? That filter is a little skewed during Mercury retrograde. So we have the tendency to speak and write things without really thinking it through. All right, so now when Mercury's in retrograde, it like retrograde means like to go backwards. Mercury's not actually going backwards because no planets on any orbit ever travel backward. Like that's against the laws of physics. A body in motion will remain in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. So once our planets get into their orbit, they're being pulled in by gravity, but unless something comes and smashes into them, they're just going to keep on going. So Mercury is still continuing its orbit. It seems like it's moving backward because the path of the orbit is not completely like, if this is our orbit, Mercury's orbit isn't this, like exactly inside of it at the exact same measurements. You know what I mean? So it just appears that Mercury is going backwards because it's just going quicker around our planet, and therefore a little bit more slowly around the conjoining stars and planets. So it looks like they're moving faster than what Mercury is moving, and really it's not. You know what I mean? It just seems like it's going backwards because everything else is going like this and it's going like this. So it seems like it's in the same spot or moving in reverse. All right. Study the physics on that. I hope my little physics lesson was good for y'all for that. I'm better at absorbing physics than teaching it. All right, that's not my area of expertise, but I hope you get the gist that the actual planet is not moving backward. It just appears so from our vantage point at Earth. So what does that tell us? What does that tell us? What that symbolizes for us is a time to really rest, retreat, review, revisit, reevaluate, all of those R words. Okay? Really just take that step back. We're always so go, 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 gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, go, go. And sometimes we need to stop, pause, smell the roses, get the thorns off of them, pick them properly, soak them in the water nice and gently, you know, have them out, dry them properly. We've got to kind of, before we can get to our incense, you know what I mean? Before we can get to our dry rose petals to use in our next ritual or spell or as incense, we've got to kind of go through the steps one by one and take the steps apart and take care of them. So that's the first way in which you get through Mercury retrograde, is by taking a time out. Taking a time out to say, listen, what am I doing? What purpose is it serving? Am I wasting my time? Because when you do things as you're wasting your time, you get frustrated. And then that adds to your, oh, I can't stand Mercury retrograde energy, because you think it's because Mercury retrograde, because you're trying to rush through things, knowing that technology could be a little bit wonky. But in all honesty, come on, y'all. Technology is wonky all the time. Like, it's all the time. I just did my first Instagram live with Marina Montero, and my Instagram froze, like couldn't get her on, like it just, and this was before the Mercury retrograde. So we really can't blame those things on it. All right. We really can't. If your flight goes this way or that way, or your transportation is this way, or your messages aren't getting through, it's because of technology. Now it's heightened a little bit because of the energies of Mercury retrograde, but that stuff's going to happen anyway. So you should already be prepared for those things happening, and then knowing that, okay, it's going to happen a little bit more than usual with the energies of the cosmos right now. Don't get mad over that. All right. Do not get mad over it at all. So now take that time to go back, re-edit, okay? Work on existing projects. Nothing really new, just working on existing projects. Now, with nothing really new, don't commit to something new. So now if you've had something in the works, and then now it just happens to, the deal is being closed between now and March 5th, which is now, and then March 28th which is when this retrograde season is over, then if that is the time frame for you to complete that, okay, cool. When they say no contracts, don't sign any major contracts during Mercury retrograde, that's something that you haven't already had going in the works. Hey, Samantha, and now is the time to close it. All right, that's tighten up all your old stuff, but nothing new. Don't spark on something new, and like, because the communication is skewed, you're more likely to fall for bullshit. You're more likely to sign up for and spend your money on stuff that you really don't need, because you're hearing it in, like, communication is coming across as, yeah, I really do need that. And your judgment's not really as sound, because your thought processes are being skewed as well. So you think that, yes, I'm going to sign on for a year of free pudding. Like, you don't need a year of free pudding. I know that's like a crazy example. Y'all know I'm a goof. But that's the ridiculousness that I mean. All right. That's when people say don't sign new contracts, don't do things like that. Like, don't sign a mortgage for that house that you know good and damn well is 3 times more than you can afford right now. Okay? Like, that's just be realistic with your things. Like, just be realistic with the things that you're going to do and you're going to get into. Use your thought processes. So that's the second way to get through Mercury in retrograde. So now the third way also coincides with that. As you're paying attention to and properly absorbing what you're listening so you don't get bamboozled, watch your words as well. All right, I started saying that a bit in the beginning. Watch your words. Your words are spells. Watch your words. Watch what you're saying, who you're saying it to, and the tone of which you are saying those things. Because sometimes we can say something and mean it some way, but our tone gives a whole totally different other meaning. So then that causes discourse, and now you're arguing, and you don't even, like, how did we start arguing? Like, I don't even know what happened. I don't even know what I did. You didn't watch your words. That's what it was. You didn't watch your words. You didn't watch your tone. You didn't check your intention. You maybe did say it a little condescending or snarky, or maybe you didn't, but the person just heard it that way. All those types of miscommunications are that already exist in our regular human nature are just heightened during Mercury retrograde. They're just heightened. That like that's all of this stuff always happens. But just during Mercury retrograde, it's heightened, it's tweaked up just a little bit. So prepare for it. So now that was our third way. Our fourth way is to know that all of these things happen on a regular. They're heightened a bit during Mercury retrograde, so we accept it. You can't change it. You can't go up and switch the orbit of Mercury so that, it never appears to be in retrograde. You can't switch the cosmos so they match up and it never appears to be in. You can't do that. All right. You can't change the energies that Mercury rules over and the ways at which it rules our psyche. You can't change that. So accept it. When stuff messes up and miscommunications happen, be the wiser. Know that, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, this was bound to happen. Okay, if I can fix it, let me fix it right away. If I can't fix it, just as the season, I've got to accept it. Those are basically your only two options, is to either fix what you can fix or accept it. That's it. And that's how you go with the flow of Mercury retrograde. So use this as that time to edit. All right, use this as that time to refine. We've got the new moon coming up tomorrow. So new intentions are being set tomorrow. And you're going to need that energy for yourself to help you with those goals. All right, you don't have time to waste on the nonsense and being caught up in the chaos of Mercury retrograde. You know it's going to be a little bit more chaotic, and we're in Pisces season, so emotions are high. We're going to switch into Aries season. The zodiac new year, going from this dreamy, watery state to this fiery inferno state from Aries. So we're going to have a lot going on. So make sure you go with the flow of Mercury retrograde, okay? Work on existing projects. Don't commit to anything major and new that you're just thinking sounds good right now, but you haven't been exposed to it before the retrograde, so you're hearing it for the first time right now. Don't commit to any of those things. Watch your words and accept what's going to happen. Things like computer crashes, flight delays, phone malfunctions, technical difficulties, texts not getting through, phone calls dropping, stuff like that. Just accept it. All right. So I hope you found this helpful. Please do like, subscribe, and share. Message me or email me at tarot.hash.balance@gmail.com if you'd like a personal reading or some personal guidance, more information about the Awakening Sacred Alchemy program. Peace, love, and blessings to all of you. You got this, Mercury retrograde. Yes, Lord have mercy, Samantha says. You got this. You got this. And I'm right here to support you. Peace, love, and blessings to all of you. Have a beautiful evening. Mwah, mwah, mwah.